Hey folks, me again. Another question came on yesterday that I wanted to get answered to as well today. It's from Sean. He asked me what are my three priorities, both short-term and long-term. Let me talk about short-term first. We're in a rural community. I have absolutely no desire to go beyond that. In fact, I want to protect what is rural about Hanwell. So that priority is any piece of legislation that is presented to us or any proposed motions or anything that's put on the table, if it doesn't address the rural aspect of Hanwell, I'll be thinking long and hard about it. Because again, we moved to Hanwell for the rural community, for the rural aspect of it. Secondly, a community hall. We need a community hall. Right now, I mean, we've got wonderful partnerships with the various churches in the area. We've been able to hold events, but there needs to be that nucleus within a community, that one gathering place. And it's a bit of a romantic notion, I realize that, but I think if you put the community together literally, the community will grow in spirit. And I think that's tremendously important for a community. There's still some people I know that I talk to that don't even know their neighbors very well. So I think if there's a community built, that one thing it can serve is that place to congregate and that place to recreate. So that's a second priority. Third priority, which is up there, which I want to address sooner than later if I'm elected as mayor, is the relationship we have with the city of Fredericton. Something happened there. It may be related to the change in fire services. I'm not 100% sure, but something happened to our relationship with our neighbor, and that needs to be fixed. It needs to be fixed simply by opening up the communication lines again. Again, I don't know what the issues are exactly, but there's some animosity there that we need to address, and we need to fix that. And that simply means opening up the dialogue again. Whether it's with city staff, city elected officials, there needs to be that dialogue. So those are my three short-term solutions. Long-term, we've already talked about the need we've got a community center, we need a need for a recreation center, we need a need for a municipal building, and I believe we need RCMP presence here. Again, tremendous respect for the RCMP officers who do their work here, but they're dispatched out of Keswick Ridge. The response time is good, but I think it can be better. So I would like to see the RCMP have a detachment here in Hanwell, but it's going to take some investment. I see a model potentially where the community builds the building for the detachment and then maybe leases it back to the RCMP. But there's a potential there. I think there's something there that needs to be addressed. People hear about, well, you're going to build buildings, you're going to increase taxes. Well, no, that's not the intention. Will there be tax increases in the future? Probably. If we want these additional services, we're going to have to pay for additional services. But it means it can't be done in such a way that we have added value. We make sure we're getting the bang for the buck. And we make sure that enough work is done at the beginning that we know what we need and why we need it. And in the most cost-effective manner. But it's going to take some investment. But it's going to take investment in buildings and in infrastructure. So those are my three long-term ones. A little bit of rant going on in this one, so I hope you don't mind that one, Sean. So, hey, thanks for the question. Keep them coming. I'll answer as many as I can. Thanks.